Hi everyone. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're a returning crafty friend. I came on today to do a flip through of the start of my June-July Altered Daily Creative Notebook Journal. Yeah. So I did a spiral notebook, and I used my Art by Marlene paper to cover it. I had bought these for my son at the beginning of the school year last year, and when they came in, I realized they were not big enough. These are smaller and not as wide as a normal notebook. So they've been kicking around. I've been tearing out sheets here and there to use for notes or what have you. So I decided, well, we'll give the altered notebook a shot. So these are all from Recreations by Brooke. In her Etsy shop, you will find all sorts of goodies in there. This is the monthly stickers for June and July, and she has some for the other months of the year as well. And she updated them from last year or prior years. On the inside cover, I used some of the national days just to kind of decorate a little bit because I didn't do much in June. It was just a busy month. And this is from a package I got from Brooke. I had purchased some things from her. So I cut it out and attached it to the little strips that are left over when you tear out the paper, because it's one of those perforated easy tear outs. And these are just some clips from K & Company. And so on these pages, you can see they're just separate from each other. So like this one here, I cut out the centerpiece and I attached these. These were 4x6 index cards. And here I just printed out the thumbnail from the live sale that Brooke, Johnny, and I did after we had sold with Lindy and the girls prior. This was Sunday, and we had sold with them on Friday and Saturday, which we'll be doing again because it was a lot of fun. That will be at the end of August. And I also made these guys pockets, and these are just some journaling cards. I had played around with Brooke's girly stickers, and that's actually a freebie up in her group, and I will link her Facebook group below. And then here my husband had brought me home the label from his soda, and we were kind of laughing at, am I the better half or is he? We always pick on each other. And this one, I had jumped on live with Lindy, Kip, Surgerman, and Debbie, just for some crafting and chatting. And I made some ephemera pieces. After I looked at the art journaling magazine, it inspired me to make those. And then you flip them, and I was able to do some decorating and journaling on the back. This was a journal I made for my grandson, and this was just about the little journaling cards I made. And I realized if I glued them down here, one, I wouldn't have enough room, and two, they would cover up what I had wrote. So I just used some tape, and now they're flips. So then here I had glued two of the notebook pages together and let them dry. And then I have some brush markers that I used just to color the back, and just made some notes about the day, or actually about the month. We're halfway through the year. Hurricane season started. Yay. And we had to move 3 rooms around. My son wanted one of the bigger bedrooms, so we had to move his room over, the room that was there, back out to the living room, and then my craft room was the living room, and we moved me into the smaller room. So now I'll be going through things and having a de-stash sale soon to minimize, because it doesn't all fit in this room. And then this here, I had made a journaling card, and that's just dried flour and just some different Tim Holtz pieces. While I was waiting to go to my husband's kidney doctor's appointment, he has a new specialist. So hopefully we can get some better results now. And this was just kind of like my little outro page for June. Goodbye June, hello July. And as I was writing that, I realized my son is going to be a freshman in high school this year. And I was kind of like, wow, where did time go? These are from Brooke's kit. She will be coming out with a new kit. And these are part of a page, and I just fussy cut them out. This is just some washi I had. So in Brooke's, I want to say it was maybe April or May, she made a file folder pocket to sew into her journal to keep all her little bits in. So these came with them, well, with pockets. So I covered the bottom pocket, made another little one for just like the little fussy cuts. And then I want to cover that one. But it made great little storage spot. And then this is for when I journal tomorrow. So these numbers and the days of the week are part of the July kit. So you get all the days of the week and then all the numbers for the days of the month. And she even put some cute little fireworks on them. And then these are the weather tabs from June. There wasn't any in the July one, so I hadn't really journaled in June, so I said, well, we'll just use those. Okay, so moving on to the altered part. These were just, again, some leftover strips that I doubled up for strength, and then I attached an index card that I had stamped on, and then just colored in. These are from the July kit, and this one might be as well, or they might be out of the June kit. But I just cut them out and put them on here. I think they're out of the July kit though. And then here we have the second and the third, and the first is over here. So this was made in the USA Day, and I just did some doodling, and that's from the kit as well. And then the third was American Redneck Day, Plastic Bag Free Day, and Stay Out of the Sun Day. And I just put my weather tabs and noted my weather. This is the bucket list from July. And then I just did some fussy cutting out of there. 4th of July layout here. This was a cute freebie in Brooke's Facebook group. And again, I just did some stamping and I colored them up. I attached the number 4 there because that's my spot I journaled for the 4th. I got stuck working that day and ended up cutting my arm at work pretty good. And I just cleaned it up and bandaged it up. Yeah, I can't say that word. Wrapped it up at work. And then when I got home, my husband was like, no, that's pretty deep. We're gonna go down to the clinic and have it checked out. So thankfully they didn't do stitches. They just did some strips to hold it shut so it would heal. So on Saturday, I was just kind of relaxing, and I got my order of seam binding in from a shop that Brooke had linked in one of her videos. And now I can't remember the name of it, but I'll link her shop below. It's really nice. It comes packaged, and each one with their color name on it. And you can get singles or you can get a whole pack. And what I did was I got the whole pack. I think that's the autumn. And I bought the orange. And as a thank you, she had sent me the purple one, which I love purple. And I'm loving the orange. So I just did some decorating, noted the weather, put some washi tape on there for some color. And then you got Sunday here, and I had just finished setting up this whole area to film in front of the window, so I don't always have to turn on the lights. And it looks like it's a little bit better of lighting too. And I noted it was National Fried Chicken Day, and we ate pasta for dinner. And then it's also International Kissing Day. Pucker up, Buttercup. So just having some fun while I journal. And then Monday, I had wrote, the one good thing about moving the craft room is finding the things I forgot I had or forgot where I put them. It's like going shopping without spending money. I had found some of the little rings, like these ones right here, so I could keep my letters together, because they came from Johnny over at the junk journal shop with a ring on them. I took them off the ring, and I don't know what I did with that ring, because I'm always misplacing stuff, and I found those, so I was super excited. And then this one here is just some more, coloring, and I fussy cut out some items. And we finally got caught up at work, and it's Be a Kid Day again. Be a Kid Again Day. Let's say that right. I'm reading it and reading it wrong. And so for yesterday, I was tired when I got home, and I just wanted to fussy cut. So I fussy cut out all the different little pieces and made a little picture. And it was National No Bra Day. I can totally support that. So then today's, I looked up this morning while I was waiting to go get some stuff done this morning, and it's Don't Step on a Bee Day, National Kitten Day, Peanut Colada Day, and Pick Blueberries Day. So I just did some stamping of some bees. And this here was just, I glued together a couple pages, and then I folded them to make a tall pocket. And then the paper is from Brooks Kit. And these are some more of the sticker page elements. And I made a big tag here, another page from the kit. So I'm not done decorating there, but then I just wrote what I had done today. So I had to go get tires on my car, the oil changed, and then I wanted to get moving on the destashing. So hopefully soon we will be destashing. And then I just attached some Sorry Silk from my stash on there. And these are more little journaling spots, so I love that. And here I made a faux envelope, and it's got a Velcro closure. This is some art by Marlene paper. This is some of the neon papers I got from Brooke. And I just did washi around it. Another one of the little bullets. And I left some strips here glued together so I can add stuff. And then the back there. So I can journal there, or I can put pictures, whatever kind of suits me at the moment. And then I have all these different pages I can alter. I can glue together. I can make pages here, or, kind of like we would do with an altered book, take the corner down and glue it down like that and make a pocket out of it and still have plenty of room to decorate. And then here's another page from Brooks Kit, and all I did was attached it to a couple of those strips that were reinforced and just folded it over so I can decorate or do some journaling on. And I want to be able to run some washi here, so when I printed, it printed with borders. So I'll be able to cover that up and not worry about covering too much of the pretty pattern that Brooke made. And then there's just all these I can do stuff with, or I can remove them if I want. And then there's the back cover. That was my idea for a creative daily journal. Hope you enjoyed that. I will be doing more. Hopefully I will have a chance to record as well. So for now, that is it. I will see you guys around. Hope you like it. Leave me a comment if you want, and we will see you around. Bye.